Today is one of those special days here on the Crimson SMP. The Crimson SMP is just some place that I hang out every now and then to get ideas for the next build. Please stick around until the end for a special announcement. Now let's go ahead and get into that trial. Okay, is everyone here ready for the trial?
Yes, I am.
Of course.
The defense is ready, sir.
Prosecution, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So, prosecution, please lay out your case.
Vortex Unison of the SMP, former member, has committed several crimes and several things that are setting a bad example for Crimson as a whole, including harassment, possible griefing, uses of slurs in chat, harassing moderators, and many others. If we let him back into the server, we are setting a bad example as to what this court is and who the people are that are in charge of it.
Okay. Defense, your opening statement, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may it please Your Honors, Mr. Mad Hatter Gene, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to make a personal allusion before referring directly to the case. One of the victims of Vortex's griefing charges in this indictment was, for many years, my client and my personal friend. I had known him since all the way back during Season 1, and I want to say right here now, if I manifest more feeling than perhaps you think necessary in making an opening statement for the defense in this case, you will ascribe it to that cause. The counsel, Judge Matt Hatter, and jury does not cease to be a man when he becomes a lawyer. Fact and fiction have furnished many extraordinary examples of Vortex's crimes that have shocked the feelings and staggered the reason of men, but I think none of them ever has surpassed in its mystery the case you are now considering. The brutal character of griefing is only equaled by the audacity, by the time and place chosen, and, Mad Hatter and gentlemen, it be needed before the accusation of the longest lasting server members of one of the victims to make this act, as it would seem to most men, of an insane person or a fiend. Perhaps some of you have read the dramas of Shakespeare. Perhaps some of you have seen it played and remember one of the most dramatic scenes in all of literature, where when the king, in his exercise of absolute authority, without right or justice, sends to drag the pure and vicious ward of Vortex Unison from his arms, how the griefer and hacker draws the circle about themselves, and how no man dares to cross this threshold. Just so, Judge Matt Hatter, gentlemen, the law of the Crimson SMP today draws about every person accused of this crime or any other the circle of the presumption of his or her innocence, and no juryman or jurywoman to cross it until they have fulfilled the conditions required, until they show that it has been proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he or she is the guilty party. They are not allowed to cross that line and ban the party who is accused. Now, Judge Mad Hatter, we contend that with the evidence that has already appeared in this case and what will be shown to you, there is absolutely no motive whatsoever for the commission of the crime by this defendant. But may it be said that it is not necessary to prove the motive. Somebody was grieved. What motive did Vortex have? We cannot tell, Judge Mad Hatter and gentlemen. The Crimson SMP is a beautiful and lovely place. No one would ever feel the need or desire to hack here, and well indirect evidence, where the person was seen to grieve, where they have been directly connected with the griefing, it is of little or no importance whether a motive is shown or not. Yet where, Judge Madhead and gentlemen, you will want this motive in order to have it as one of the links to the chain that connects the crime with Vortex. The defendant, it becomes of tremendous importance, and we shall show you, if not already shown, that this defendant has lived there quietly in the server. We shall show you, by various little things perhaps, that there was nothing whatsoever between Vortex that should cause him to do such a wicked act as this. And what I want to say right here, Judge Madhart and gentlemen, is that the government's testimony and claim, so far in as I've been able to understand it, is that whoever killed and grieved members of the server using a hacked client. Now, as to this hacked client, Judge Madhart and gentlemen, I do not know as whether it is necessary for me to say much about that. The blood that was shown upon the netherite axe of Vortex, which was guided so carefully as first into the victims, as shown by the evidence, has disappeared in the midst of the morning sun of the Crimson SMP. the claw-headed netherite axe with sharpness 5, so the Vortex was so assuredly committed to this deed as various places around the shopping center and around the server, so assuredly that he could see the kill message in chat. And Judge Matterhatter and gentlemen, I contend that as to this weapon, whether either Vortex had procured this weapon, which they did with the deed, and having procured it, connected it in some way directly with Vortex, or else they've got into an account some way unreasonable for its disappearance. Now, as to this exclusive opportunity, I do not propose to spend very much time farther, Judge Matterhatter and gentlemen, in regard to the opening of this case. The attempt has been made here to surround this house, completely close it in. You have seen it. You have seen how hard it has been shut in, and the opportunities that anyone would have to escape through it. And Judge Madhead and gentlemen, I want to call your attention right here that there has not been a living soul in all search and throughout this investigation that has been made about the whereabouts and doings of Vortex Unison upon that morning. Well, we'll see. And this trial will bring truth to the light of this matter. And with that out of the way, I would like to now read a letter of apology written by Vortex Unison himself, addressed to this court, the Crimson SMP at large, and those who believe they have been wronged by him. The letter begins. Indications are very strong that I shall be banned for weeks, perhaps forever. Lest I should not be able to write to you again, dear Crimson SMP, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall into your ear when I shall be no more. Our trial may have been of a few days' duration and full of pleasure that it may have been one of the severe conflict and death to me. Not my will, O thine, O God, be done. It is necessary that I should fall in this courthouse procedure. I am ready. I have no misgivings about, or lack of confidence therein, the cause of which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly the crimson civilization now leans upon the triumph of this government, and I know how great a debt we owe to those who went before us throughout the suffering of Season 1, Season 2, and the mini-season, and I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain the server and to pay that debt. But, members of the Crimson, when I know that with my joys I lay down nearly all of yours and replace them in this life with care and sorrows, when, after having eaten for long years the bitter fruit of the ban myself, I must offer it as their only sustenance to my dear friends on the Crimson, it is too weak or dishonorable, while the banner of my purpose floats calmly and proudly in the breeze, that my unbounded love for this server, my darling server, should struggle in fierce, the useless, contest with this love and the great server. I cannot describe to you my feelings on this calm summer night, when many players stand around me in this courtroom, many of them enjoying at last, perhaps, before that of my ban, and I, suspicious that a ban is creeping up with me with fatal dart, and commemorating with God, my server, and thee. I have sought more closely and diligently, and often in my breast, for a wrong motive in this trial, and the happiness of those I loved, and I could not find one. A pure love for my server, and of the principles I have often advocated before the principal, and, quote, the knave of honor, that I love more than I fear death, end quote, has called upon me, and I have obeyed. Crimson, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but an unband from the server can break. And yet, my love of the server comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly in all of those chains to the battlefield. The memories of all those blissful moments I have spent with you come crowding over me, and I feel more deeply grateful to Lentex, Deadpaps, the moderators and the helpers, the lawyers and the everyday players that I have enjoyed their company for so long, and how hard it has for me to give the server up, to burn the ashes of hopes for future years, when, God willing, we might have still lived and played together on the Crimson, to see the young boys at the server grow up to honorable manhood around us. I know I have but a few claims upon divine providence, but something whispers to me, perhaps it is the wafted prayer of my many best wishes, that I shall return to my beloved server unharmed. If I do not, my dear friends and server members, never forget how much I have loved the time I spent with you, nor that, when my last breath escapes me before my final ban, it will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults and the many pains I have caused the server. How thoughtless, how foolish I have oftentimes been. How gladly I would have washed out my tears, every little spot upon your happiness, and struggled with all the misfortune of this world to shield you from harm. But I cannot. I must watch you from the spirit land and hover over near you, while you buffet the storms with your precious little freight, and with what sad patience till we meet do part no more. But Oh, Crimson, if band players could come back to the server, if flit unseen around those they used to be with on the server, I shall always be with you in the garnished day, and the darkest night amidst your happy scenes, and gloomiest hours always, and always I must, and the soft breeze fans on your cheek, it shall be my breath, or when the cool air throbs around your temples, it shall be my spirit passing by. Crimson SMP, do not mourn me, dear. Think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. As for my little boys, to grow as I have done, and never know a father's love and care, little Dan next to him, the former mayor, is too young to remember me long, and my blue-eyed Allergy 10 will help keep him around him in the dimmest memories of his childhood. Crimson, I have an unlimited confidence in your care and your development of their prayers. I fear that I will be banned, cast away forever, and I call God's blessing upon myself. O Crimson, I will wait for you there. Come to me and lead thither to all my players. Signed, Vortex Unison. And with that, I conclude my opening statement.
Okay, Vix, would you go ahead and start your... Do you have any witnesses that you would like to call to the stand or any evidence that you would like to put forth?
Yes, I would. First, I would like to call Mango Plaz up to the witness stand. Mangle, is it or is it not true that Vortex has made 2 members that are beloved by many members of the Crimson SMP quit?
Yes.
It is also true that he has made another member quit, Wrecked Princess, also known as Midu Jelly, on Discord.
I think.
Now, Artem Gage and Storyteller both quit the server because of Vortex's antics. Ardo originally wanted to sue Vortex for a reason that is known to him. However, it was cut short due to his quitting of the server and the Storytellers. Now their base is left to rot up on the mountain, all because of Vortex. Thank you, Mangle. You may sit.
Defense, do you have any questions for the witness?
Yes, Mango, will you retake the witness stand, please? Hello, Mango. How are you doing?
Good.
Do you remember the night when Vortex raided the Pumpkin Fortress?
Yes. I was there.
Can you describe what happened that night?
So we were all chilling, and Vortex saw that Storyteller had an elytra, and he literally just murdered him on the spot without any warning.
He didn't have any warning, but did Vortex declare a proper war before killing this player?
I can't
Do-
fully say because I can't remember everything, because that was a while ago.
Alright, Vortex's account of the situation, at least before Funny arrived, because after Funny arrived, things got a bit out of hand. He said he flew into the Pumpkin Fortress and declared war on a player before killing them, and this was one of the members of the Pumpkin Cult. Is any of this factually incorrect to your recollection?
Everything is correct so far.
Alright, after killing a player through a lawful war and loitering around the base for some longer, Funny arrived on the scene. Is this correct?
Yes.
Now, after Funny got here, Funny declared a war on Vortex, and the two began to chase each other around the server. Do you remember witnessing this happen?
I remember seeing Vortex fly away.
Alright, to be clear though, he flew with Elytra, not with a hack client.
Yes.
Alright, he flew away, and Funny chased after him, eventually declaring a war upon him. Is this correct?
I don't know anything about after that, though. I know that there was a war and that he left before that happened.
All right, thank you. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor. At this time, I would like to call Funny Minecraft to the witness stand.
Okay, Funny Minecraft, please come to the witness stand.
Hello, Funny. So after seeing a war go down in the chat between Vortex and members of the Pumpkin Cult, you came to the Pumpkin base. Is this correct?
Sorry.
Yeah, let's give him permission. All right, Funny. Did you catch all that?
Funny, is your mic working? You have a mic? Okay, court to take a small recess to fix Funny's mic.
All right.
Okay, Funny, we're working on your mic.
Bro, Untitled, how can you be acting serious after what happened yesterday?
All questions
Alright.
will be held to the end.
Does this, I think it's good. I think
Okay,
it's like
Funny's
good.
mic is working. Funny, please approach the bench.
All right, Funny. I believe the question I asked was, first of all, is your mic working now?
Yeah, it's working.
All right. Do you remember seeing a war declared upon members of the Pumpkin Cult in the chat that day before you arrived at the Pumpkin base?
Yes, I do remember.
All right. Could you describe what happened after you came to the Pumpkin base and found Vortex there?
Okay, so when I arrived, Vortex was, I think at the base of the mansion or on the second story. I couldn't really tell because I was above it. I saw him there, so I landed, crouched, and then typed /war Vortex as fast as I could. Because I just didn't think it was right of him to declare war on them, so I wanted to get revenge.
All right. And what happened after you declared a war? Did somebody emerge victorious in that war?
It's hard to tell who was victorious because we were both chasing each other for a while. We were both beating each other up, and I was like, crap, I'm out of potions. So I ran to the middle of spawn, just over there, which is where the end portal is. And I was like, okay, my spawn's set at my base. I'll just go to my base from there and repot. And somehow, when I went to the portal, I appeared where my villagers were, which is where my bed was. And then about a minute later or less, couldn't really tell, Vortex had arrived.
All right. And you suspect he found your base through illicit means, is that correct?
Yes, I do, because nobody, as I know of, has found my base, and besides, like, admins who have teleported to give me something or whatever, but other than that, admins are the only people that would know.
So, to your knowledge, absolutely nobody stumbled across your base ever since you built it.
Yes, that is correct.
And therefore, by Vortex finding your base, you suspect he found it through illicit means. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Do you have any idea how he might have been able to find your base, if not through legitimate means?
If it was legitimate, I can't really tell if it was legitimate, but he could have found it before, and the only way he could have thought that, I mean, there's no signs that says it's my base or anything, so that's one. I was like, okay, so how did he know that it was my base? And if he had set his spawn there, then if he jumped through the end portal, he would have also spawned there.
All right. So, Vortex found your base after you had fleed him using an end portal after some time, and he began to fight you at your base while the war was still active. Is that right?
That is correct.
Throughout the course of this war, did he do anything breaking the Crimson rules of combat or engagement?
There's only one rule that I would say sort of broken. The other thing that he had been banned for previously was breaking chests with knowledge of you cannot carry everything in a chest, and he broke the chest again. He did break shulkers, but I would say that is in the rules completely because shulkers are one item, so you can easily fit those in your inventory. after that, we began fighting, and we made it to one of the pillars of my castle. And I was talking in chat, like questioning how he had found it, telling him, "Hey, you can't break that chest there. Like that's what you got banned for last time." And because I had declared the war, there's a glitch where if you were the one to declare the war, if you leave and rejoin, then you will not be killed for combat logging. So that's what I did to stop the war.
So you admit to combat logging in the middle of a war.
Yes, I did combat log.
Did Vortex break any rules before that, other than your suspicion that he found your base illegitimately?
Yes, he had broken that chest knowing that he could not carry any of the items in it. Well, most of the items.
Alright, now after this happened at your base, about how long was it until this war expired?
Rephrase.
How long after Vortex found your base did it take before the war ended?
Sorry, repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm assuming you fought Vortex for quite some time because both of you were highly geared out. Both of you had maxed out netherite armor and presumably a lot of potions and golden apples. So how long did your fight with Vortex last after he found you at your base?
After he found my base, it took about 3 to 4 minutes, I would say, for me to decide I'm just gonna combat log because I thought he had broken so many rules. I was just like, I'm just gonna do this to stop it and contact the admins to see what they think.
Alright. Is there anything else you would like to add pertaining to this war?
There was one other thing. I had broken one other rule to get away from Vortex. We had ran from the entrance of my castle. We had ran no more than 100 blocks out, and I had decided to elytra away because of the rules that I had thought he had broken.
Alright. Thank you, Funny, and thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, prosecution, do you have any questions for the witness?
Funny. Vortex had killed you at one point in time.
Correct.
Yes. Are you aware that Vortex has joined using hacks after his ban from the Crimson SMP?
I believe so.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear.
Okay, thank you. Funny, you can sit down. Prosecution, do you have any more witnesses?
I do not.
Okay, defense, do you have any more witnesses?
Yes, I would like to call Allergy to the stand, although he's not currently in the courtroom.
I
Let's see
don't. Lentex, just to talk. I'm pretty sure Allergy is on vacation, so I don't think he'll be able to arrive anytime soon or Discord call.
Alright, that's fine. At this time, then I call Vortex to the stand. Hey, Vortex. I just wanted to get your perspective on what happened. Alright. Vortex, are you there?
Vortex is not
Vortex.
in the Discord chat.
Yes, 1 second. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I could hear you.
Right. So, let me just say what happened from my perspective. Basically, I got to Funny's base, and mind you, this was after Funny was insulting me in the chat. I declared a legitimate war upon the pumpkin cult, and he showed up out of nowhere. He had no right to be there, and I chased him. He went into the shopping region, and he went into the end portal to escape me. I was about to kill him. So I followed him back to his base,
I obtained these coordinates legitimately, even though Funny says I didn't. I mean, I totally did. He's like, fucking moron. But anyway, I went to Funny's castle. Took like a minute to get there. I used Elytra to fly there. And once I was there, yes, I did smash her chest. That's like not a big deal though, because it was only full of dirt. So after that, let's see, I chased Funny around his castle, and I was about to kill him. Mind you, he was the one who declared war on me, and I had broke 0 rules at this point. I had him on the edge of death in his castle. And just as I was about to deliver the killing blow, he logged out. He combat logged. He totally broke the rules. He wasn't even sly about it. He blatantly combat logged. And as you heard him on the witness stand, he admitted to this. So why is everyone going after me when Funny was the N-word who broke the rules in the first place? It's not fair. Thank you, Your Honor.
Really quick, Vortex, are you using a voice changer?
Yes, I am a transgender individual, and I use a voice changer as a gender-affirming measure. If there's any problem, you
Nope,
can speak to me
that
about
is
it.
okay.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions, Vix?
Yes, I do. Untext, may you please move? Thank you. Vortex, is it or is it not true that these logs taken by an admin prove that you placed TNT? I will send them now in general chat. As you can see, it logs that Vortex has placed about 2 pieces of TNT around an unknown location. However,
All right,
as
I
we
could
have
explain
heard
this. Sorry, go
Funny,
ahead.
griefing intent is definitely proven here, as Vortex has smashed chest of Funny and has placed TNT. May you explain both of these? Not the chest, but just the TNT.
Yeah, so first of all, this is the base of Mangle, Origin, Dan, the monkey guy, and whoever else is on their team. This is not Funny's base, to be clear. This was a separate instance in which I found, I think it was Mangle or Origin. They were at their base, and I went there and I found one of them there. So I did a proper war. And in the process of looting, one of them was hiding within the walls. Not only that, but they had dogs, several dogs. In fact, you could see in that screenshot, they have many dogs, and the dogs started to attack me. So, because in that screenshot, you can see there's like dozens upon dozens of dogs. I placed 2 blocks of TNT. Instead of killing the dogs individually who were attacking me, I blew them to smithereens. It was self-defense. And, you know, that's proper within a war. I was defending myself. Because I was at war with this player at the time, and this was their base, and these were their dogs. So that explains that screenshot. Any
Thank you.
other questions, Mr. Vix?
I have another question. Is it true that you have used the Ensler in the Crimson chat as proven by multiple screenshots?
I'm sorry? What's there?
The Ensler. You have used the hard R on an occasion.
Could you define hard R? Like, what word are we talking about specifically here? I think we need to be
The
crystal
N-word.
clear.
The N-word.
Yeah, but there could be several different things. What N-word are you talking about?
Vortex. I am talking about a very, very racist term that should never be used, and from my beliefs, I could be completely wrong. I am going off of assumption. You cannot reclaim that word.
What do you mean reclaim that word?
you cannot use that slur.
Would you like to tell that to the African American community, the rapping community, the Crimson SMP community? What are you getting at here?
Vortex, this is not helping your case that we cannot trust that you will not go in chat and build a different reputation to the server than what all of the mods and admins are intending. A safe play area for everyone. They cannot trust that you won't use slurs and you will not harass any more people than you already have.
I think the true victim here is me. Because I use that word to reclaim it and to remove the harm associated with it. If we continue to use that word, then eventually it won't be such a bad word. It won't have any harm to the people that use it harmingly. If we use it casually, it's my belief that everyone, including young children, should use that word as frequently as possible so we can remove the harm associated with it.
Vortex, is it true that you have logged on the server using hack clients multiple times even after your ban?
Boy, that's cap.
Are you
In other
taking
words,
this
no.
trial serious at all?
I'm taking this seriously. I don't know about you though, looking over there with your little yellow tie. How about you come up with some actual arguments, kid?
Did you or did you not harass Midu Jelly, also known as Wrecked Princess, on the SMP, making them feel uncomfortable with you and themselves at the time being?
Alright, I admit things got a little out of hand betwixt me and her, but, you know, trash talk is pretty common on the server. And if you want to go to people that were trash talking before I trash talk Mangle, look at Allergy. He couldn't come to the witness stand today, but he told me to kill myself repeatedly, like unprovoked. And he's a moderator on the server. Him telling me to kill myself is out of pocket. And yeah, he did say it, according to Funny. He said it multiple times in the voice chat to me. And he threatened to call my son's school and get them banned.
You may go sit. Your Honor, I would like to bring up the fact that all of this is proving that Vortex is not taking his trial of possible unban seriously and is just aiming towards an unban. He is creating a bad reputation for the server in an unsafe play area where people could possibly go to just chill and have fun and meet new people. Multiple cases, there are links in a form that prove that he made Midu Jelly, otherwise known as Wrecked Princess, quit the server. He has made 2 other members quit the server, making them feel uncomfortable, unsafe, and unwilling to be there. As you can see, he cannot be let back into the server if he's doing this. He's creating a terrible reputation. And how do we know that it won't go on? How do we know we can trust that Vortex will not use more hack clients and possibly grief more and make more people quit? In Crimson, I believe we should not be aiming towards that direction. I believe that we should, as people, be getting people into the server, having fun, and wanting to be here, not quitting because of one member.
Okay. Defense, your closing statements, please.
I would like a quick recess with my client.
Okay. We'll convene in 5 minutes.
Right, Your Honor. When the court is back in session, my client would like to give the closing statement for himself. The defense stands ready to reconvene whenever it's appropriate for the judge.
Hey yo, where did this bee come from? I got I got a go in his name on it. Ah, shoot. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I missed how many? No.
That's odd. I'm not
die.
sure where.
Yeah, Deadpap, I'm not sure where that came from, eh? I missed. We're gonna ignore all the arrows that I missed.
Vortex, I mean, Deadpap always summoning bees.
Can you back that up with some facts?
Objection here, say?
Cool, now summon the Ender Dragon.
Slash.
Don't tempt me.
Do it, Deadpap. What the frick is that, bro? I wanna get that. I wanna
Oh my
get
god,
the-
it's
Oh,
my
Dante, how you
dad.
doing?
I want it dead.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
No, don't hurt my dad. No, Dad.
Okay, court is coming back into session. Please take your seats. Okay. So I had a request from the defense that Vortex would like to do his own closing statements. Go ahead.
Alright. So, what we have established in this trial is that the prosecution has been spite-based and has used very weak evidence. The same charges they're trying to come at me with have admittedly been done by several other players to me before I committed them myself. We've seen this in the example of Funny Minecraft breaking several server rules before trying to kill me. So, it's only natural I try to flee from that scene. There has also been no evidence offered that I use a hack client. In fact, I have never used a hack client, and it's pretty funny that they're trying to pin that on me, because, you know, I never use a hack client. It's clear as day that they're just jealous. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, they're just jealous that I'm really good at this game. And quite frankly, if you unban me, I can't promise I'll be a perfect player, but at the very least, I'll be better than some of those bozos like Funny, always trying to be a tryhard, like Evie, always using. I ain't even gonna get into that one, but you know, it's pretty clear that the prosecution has been trying to railroad me for no fault of my own. it's pretty clear that the defense is the right side here. In fact, it's the only side. I can't believe we're even having this trial in the first place, to be honest. So, people in the jury, please, like, unban me. I can't say that. I'll be like, perfect. We already went over this. I'm a deeply flawed man at the end of the day. And I can't help myself sometimes. I haven't broke server rules, but I was quite aggressive. And for what it's worth, funny, I'm sorry for ruining your little base. I never gave out the cords to it, though, or anything like that. I haven't been spiteful to anyone. I think what I've done is just for good laughs. And people say that, like, you can't use slurs, but I mean, it's 2022. So, come on. Really. Let's just get past that. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please, please unban me. I just want to come back to the server. It's such a good server. I don't want to leave it. It's just not fair. I yield the rest of my time.
Sorry about that. I had my mic muted. Is there anything else that either the prosecution or the defense would like to say?
Like to close.
Okay.
It is clear that Vortex is not taking his trial seriously in any way, and it is also clear that the use of terms that are discrimination against African American people who are not only respected members of the US but welcome in the Crimson SMP at any time, and if they see that, they might not want to be here. And the overall disrespect to members, and we can also go back to how Vortex started laughing during his closing statement. How do we know he will not do this again? How do we know he's not planning on building a terrible reputation for the server? And how do we know that history repeats itself? And I believe that if we let Vortex back into the server, it is going to lead in another downfall and his final ban when this trial is trying to turn that around, causing the server, who is already unhappy with the thought of Vortex coming back. Vortex is not a popular member whatsoever. No one standing here in this room wants Vortex back. None of us do. We do not want the chaos. We do not want the griefing. We do not want the racism. We do not want the disrespect. We want to have fun on a server where we don't have a nuisance. That is all.
Okay. With that, I believe the evidence and trial period. This part of the procedures are over. I believe we're going to ask the jury here to convene over at the jury pool. Right now, what are the stakes you are asking for, prosecution?
I'm asking that Vortex is not let back on the server and will never be given a chance with the multiple evidence claims against him, even ones that I have not brought up in court today that can be found in the People vs. Vortex channel. And I request that he never brought back for the reputation he has created for not only the server but himself.
Defense, what are you asking?
We are asking, Your Honor, for the members of the jury to look inside of themselves. We all have a little bit of Vortex inside of us. At the end of the day, he has done some things, admittedly. However, he admits his faults, and people have broken the rules before him, people that aren't being prosecuted today. We ask that if you decide to ban him, this ban remain temporary, and after a period of time made appropriate by the jury, Vortex be allowed to return under strict supervision of the moderators, mind you, with a single infraction leading to a permanent ban with no trial, no probation, no way to get back on the server. but I think if we give him the chance, it would be proper to do so. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And this effect will not only affect the Crimson server, it will also affect the Nomad Craft fan server. For if he is found guilty and banned permanently here, I'll be also banning him from that server in the future if you ever try to join. Okay. So can we have the jury convene now?
Bees.
Where's the thing?
Is
Yep.
it not in the arena? Or whatever?
It's over this way.
Funny, where's your bee? Okay, good.
It's over this way. Wrong way, Dead Pap.
Being attacked violently.
Come through the paved path here.
Hey, Alsa, however you pronounce your name, check DMs.
Also, jury, go ahead and switch over to... I'm just gonna mute myself here. We can talk in game.
Bro, I still can't unban. Oh my god. Alright, can you unban the lawyer? I banned him 24 hours ago, because he was raping.
Looks like Glenn takes care of it for me.
Alright.
Okay, is this everyone here?
I believe so.
Okay, so the first thing is Vortex innocent or guilty? Over here we have the G for guilty, the green for not guilty.
Mangle? Mangle! What is he doing? Or she, I mean.
Teuton, what is your... Oh wait, Teuton, over here, path block.
I'm not in the jury. I literally only got the closing statements, so.
Okay. Okay, he is guilty. Now we're looking at the punishment. Permanent ban, stay over here on the blue. No ban, come over here to the green. Somewhere in the middle, come over here to the red.
I'll say no.
No, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. Wait,
It's
watch.
not gonna be funny. It's not gonna be funny.
It's going to be funny.
Okay, well, it's fine. We still outnumber them.
That's fair.
The lawyer, what is your...
That lawyer
The
isn't part
lawyer!
of the,
Don't! Please.
jury.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, the lawyer, you weren't here. Sorry, Luna. Get
He
down.
wasn't here, Dead Pav. He wasn't here.
He wasn't here.
He wasn't here. Okay.
He's against, so it doesn't even matter if you.
I'm the mayor, so I count as 5 votes.
No, you don't.
Too true. Too true.
Okay, so it looks
This isn't
like
Among Us. Okay.
right now there are 3 votes for a permanent ban, 2 for a lesser infraction. It looks like it's gonna be a permanent ban.
My Teuton didn't vote yet.
Teuton only joined at the end of the thing.
That's fair.
I literally only caught the closing statements.
Yeah, so
So
seems like we have our.
good.
Yeah.
Did it? I would say.
Okay, I'll be real.
Ooh.
I'm voting for this side.
Deadpan, how could you vote for that?
Deadpan, exactly. He's
I
playing
wanted
devil's
to-
advocates. He's just wanting
Yeah.
chaos.
I wanted to throw him into the pit, man.
I want him
Oh,
to be executed.
oh, wait,
I wanted to
is
throw
it-
him into the pit, and if he lives,
Okay.
he'd get to stay.
Wait,
What
if
I
he gets
crit him
permabanned,
first?
if he gets permabanned, are we gonna execute him like murder? Yes.
Deadpap, what do you think about that?
Please execute him.
Yeah, we could do whatever we want with. I mean, we'd probably be better off just straight up banning Vortex at this point. I don't think he needs to stay in the server any longer.
Okay.
All right, so I'll ban him from Minecraft right now, as the jury has made their decision.
Wait. We have to go ahead and actually do it in the courtroom because that is proper procedure.
We love.
Are these bees proper procedure?
No, my bee's gonna sting you.
Punishment for Vortex. No! Why'd you teleport me? I was gonna bring bees in.
I'll get him.
You gotta go get the bees.
Get the bees. They're part of this trial as much as we are.
Deadpap, use the thing I gave you. It's funny, I swear.
Okay.
Use that to
Who
kill
gave
him.
this to me?
I did. Oh, come on.
I would just
It's
like
not
to
even-
make closing statement before
It's
the
not
verdict
even
is read.
thundering. Come on. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
do it,
all
shut up,
statements
shut
are
up, shut up.
over.
Alright,
I'm
Ladies
sorry,
and gentlemen,
Vortex.
thank you
all-
all.
Vortex, we're going to have to bring you out to the courtyard.
Sorry, I had to mute Vortex since the closing statements are already over. Please ask for permission to talk before you start talking. I'm sorry. So, the jury has come to a conclusion. Unfortunately, you have been found guilty. And unfortunately, they have decided on your punishment be a permanent ban.
Judge, may I serve justice? May I serve justice, Judge?
Yes, you may.
Sounds like
Vortex, follow me.
No.
Follow me,
please
Vortex.
consider.
Follow me, Vortex.
Please. You don't have to do this. Just give me the signature.
Let's do this.
Alright, Vortex, it's over.
I'm
Do that, or
dead.
was that you?
I'm dead.
Ow, I mean.
Run, just go leave me. Can someone give Funny a free trident for?
I did a bad thing. No way.
Can someone give Funny a diamond block? I'm guessing that's gonna happen. And then it's.
He just starts spawning TNT.
Can y'all back some?
Well, that was a open and shut case, if I ever saw one. Unfortunately, Vortex was permanently banned. And you saw his reaction right afterwards for it, so I think it was Plenty deserved. Now, please watch the next segment for the special announcement. Thank you. That is right. The Mad Hatter is joining the Nomad Craft SMP Season 3. That was ominous. Season 3 should start around July 4th. Please subscribe and stick around for episodes.